What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chance Ellison.
And I'm Russell Howe.
And welcome back to the Notorious by Chance YouTube channel where we review all the current movies in theaters. This is a big one, Russell. This is a big one. This is our review. This is our review for Downton Abbey. No, I'm kidding. Of course, this is Joker we're talking about right here. So Joker is the latest. I don't want to say DC movie. It's the latest movie.
Yeah.
From Warner Brothers. I don't want to say DC. We'll get to why in a second.
Yeah.
It's directed by Todd Phillips and stars Joaquin Phoenix, and pretty much how the Joker became the Joker, kind of. This is a very much different kind of comic book film. It's very gritty. It's very boots on the ground, very based in reality, kind of like the Nolan Batman films.
Yeah, I would say yeah. It's like Nolan's Batman films mixed with like Taxi Driver.
Yeah, now I remember when this was coming out, premiering at festivals, Russell. Festivals. They want this movie to be the prestige film of the year. You keep hearing things like, "Oh, this is transformative. It's transcended. Joaquin Phoenix is a revelation." You see quotes like that all over the place, and don't even lie, you. And after all that, I gotta say, Russell, I think that kind of hype kind of killed this movie for me.
You know what, though? Honestly, it did the opposite for me. It made me excited to see the film, but I enjoyed it. I really did.
No, I mean, not say I didn't like it. I do like it. I do think it is a well-made film. It's just I'm not drinking the same Kool-Aid a lot of critics are, but we'll get to that in a second. First of all, let's stress like what everybody's talking about. Joaquin Phoenix, he is great in this movie.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Really, and I bring it back to Taxi Driver just because he reminds me of De Niro in that film. Very out of touch. Just one of those ones that have been beaten down by society, and then just finally hits that breaking point. He has. This is really a career-defining performance for him. Is it his best? I mean, I don't know. I thought he was really great in Her. I mean, he's been in Her, and so he's had so many great performances.
It's hard to pick just one for Joaquin.
It is, but
he truly is one of our best working actors.
For sure. And this definitely is something completely different. And I think when initially we were even talking about, do we really need a Joker film? I thought this movie was going to be a joke, no pun intended. But, honestly.
I started a joke.
I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I really, really enjoyed this film.
Yeah, honestly, like you look at the character of Arthur Fleck. It's very complex. You can see why this kind of role was attracted to someone like Joaquin Phoenix. Like he's for lack of a better word, he's an artiste.
Yes.
It's very in depth on this character of Arthur Fleck that he plays. You see like all the little nuances he captured in his performance. Right down that laugh is straight up. It is haunting, and like it's actually based on a real condition that people have where they just laugh uncontrollably.
Yeah.
And yet I actually watched some videos of this condition after I saw the movie, and Joaquin Phoenix, he nails that to a T. It's scary how someone is like he's laughing to the point where like it hurts him, so he feels like he hurts you.
Yeah, because you can tell when he's like grabbing his throat, like it's literally paining him to laugh, but he just can't control it.
There's also like a bunch of scenes where like he's just like staring at the camera, like looking at the audience, and you're just like movie.
Yeah. He really transfixes like his stare into you, like burning a hole in your soul, pretty much, like during the film.
Yeah, I also admire the character transformation he goes through because like you can see like it's a bunch of little ticks.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he goes like a little higher, until he, for lack of a better word, becomes ultimately the Joker.
Yeah.
I will say the movie also shot really well.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Todd Phillips, director of The Hangover and stuff like that, you never would have thought he would really try his hand. And didn't he also do War Dogs, I believe?
He did do War Dogs.
So he has been a little bit more of a serious. Well, that was a little more of a serious comedy, but this is really different from the director of The Hangover to transition into Joker. It's really revelational for him.
Well, because society doesn't allow him to make comedies anymore.
Yeah.
Shut up, Todd Phillips. But yeah, I mean, like the camera work he has in this movie is spectacular. There's a lot of like really cool, innovative shots in this film. Yeah. I do wonder who the director of photography was. I will also give credit to the score. The score is really awesome for this movie.
For sure, it's really chilling.
It's really chilling. It's really unnerving.
Yeah.
It's a haunting score.
Which, I mean, it fits perfectly with the character, and Joaquin really embodies this in this whole entire film.
So apparently this is the same guy who shot the Hangover movies, Lawrence Sher.
Jeez.
Wow. He brought his A game. He brought his A game in this one.
Yeah. Todd told him like at the Hangover, it's like C-, D+ work for Hangover. We'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, a lot of talk's been surrounding Joaquin Phoenix, and it's because this movie is very much the Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Like watching this, I sometimes got the feeling I'm just like, I don't know if he got a script or Joaquin Phoenix just went crazy again, and this time cameras just happened to be on him.
Yeah, I mean, there are similarities and a lot of differences between Heath Ledger's portrayal and obviously Joaquin Phoenix's, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to call this a Joker before. It's hard for me to rank him among like the Jokers.
Yeah.
Because I will say, like, for a lot of this, like he's not playing the Joker. He's playing Arthur Fleck.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Like, one of the things that I have mixed feelings about is the fact that I would never call this guy the Joker. Like, to me, he doesn't feel like the Joker. Like, if you show me a picture of him in the full like Joker gear, I wouldn't say, "Oh, that's Joker." Oh, I'd be like, "Oh no, that's Arthur Fleck."
Yeah.
I would never look at him and call him Joker. What I'm saying.
But here's the thing: does it get a sequel now after this is going to do major numbers at the box office?
I seriously, I don't think Joaquin would do it.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
I don't know. Maybe somehow tied into the DCU. I don't know.
I don't think Joaquin Phoenix would have done this if there was a chance he'd have to do it again.
I mean, money talks. I mean, this movie
does talk.
This movie had a huge opening Thursday night, making like 13 or 14 million, I believe. That just
it's also beating up Venom, so some good comes from this. But like you said, like it's very much the Joaquin Phoenix show in that like every other character, I want to say no character in this movie has more than 10 minutes of screen time outside of Joaquin Phoenix.
No, it's really all about him. I think the most other screen time you see are some of the coworkers that he works with.
Actually, I don't even think that's it. I think the one behind him the most is, well, first of all, Frances Conroy. Again, not in the movie a whole lot.
Yeah.
But an important role because she plays Arthur's mother, and De Niro, who's really good in the movie.
Really good, really different role for De Niro for sure. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's a very different kind of De Niro you've seen before.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and maybe Zazie Beetz. Yeah. But you also have like all these. A weird thing I saw is that you have like all these like big actors.
Yeah.
That are in like this much of the movie. Like Brian Tyree Henry's in this film for no reason. Like no reason at all. And this is not a spoiler because he's in the first trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, wait, you're gonna get Brian. Look, I love Brian Tyree Henry. He's one of my favorite actors working right now. But like either of us could have played his role. Well, you see what he's doing. Either of us could have played that role.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 or 6 actors, like Mark Maron, same thing. Either of us anybody could have played that role.
Yeah.
Jay Wiggum, anybody could have played that role.
Yeah, it's crazy they use that kind of talent just for a small little spot in the film.
Yeah. Also, I do think it's funny because we do again see the further journey of Gotham City, because like Gotham City has been New York, Miami, Chicago, and now we're back to New York. It's a very very grimy city.
And Pittsburgh a little bit too there in Dark Knight Rises.
A little bit of Pittsburgh too. You also see that. I'm also surprised there aren't more Jokers running around Gotham because the way this movie portrays it, everyone in Gotham is an asshole.
Yeah.
Literally everyone.
Yeah, but
it's like Stephen King's portrayal of Bane in most things. Everyone's a dick.
Pretty much
one person.
But you really do see the out of touch between social class levels too in this film.
No, you do. I think that's a really interesting theme to tackle. Because it's like the whole thing is like the 1% versus the 99.
And that's
it's a really good ideal they're stretching in there.
Yeah.
I will also say. Go ahead.
No, and the way they bring it in with like all the Jokers on the subway bus, holy shit! Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy. That's like, worst case like nightmare for any society is like a overthrow of just debauchery. You know what I mean? Like just craziness. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
I will say this movie tries to cram in a lot.
Yeah.
Some of which goes against, because they introduce something in this movie that don't really lead anywhere. They don't really go anywhere.
No. Yeah, I see where you're at with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
they introduce something like, oh, this is interesting. Tell us more about it. Now we got to move on. Okay,
Yeah.
sure, why not? And there's also like a lot of scenes I'm just like, really, you're gonna do this? Because like we said, this is like everyone's been saying, it's very much Scorsese inspired. It's very like Taxi Driver, very
Yeah.
King of Comedy. To the point where at points it does feel like a reskin of one of those two movies. Like there are straight up scenes and like shots that are ripped straight out of that movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it doesn't help that I literally watched King of Comedy right before I went to see this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the fault on my part, but still, I kind of wish I didn't lean so heavily on these previous films.
Yeah.
But you know, go into our ratings. Overall, I'll go first. I think that this is a very interesting type of comic movie. I don't think it's as transcendent as people are hyping it up to be. At least not for me personally. But I do think it's very interesting. I think Joaquin Phoenix kills. I think it's a very, very well shot, very good looking movie. And I've never been interested like I said, I've never been interested in a Joker origin just because I never find the origin of the Joker to be as interesting as just the Joker himself.
Yeah.
But I feel like first of all, this takes inspiration from one of I think the best comic book origin of the Joker ever made. That's The Killing Joke. There's a couple references to The Killing Joke in this movie that I really do appreciate. And I think it's able to, I like the way that it weaves its own narrative. Sure, by the end, I would never call this guy Joker, but I do think it's an interesting story that warrants a watch. This is a struggle for me because I'm struggling between like a high matinee and a low full price.
Yeah.
I think I'll give this a low. I think I'll give it a low full price. I think it's worth seeing.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix, one of my favorite leading performances of the entire year.
Yeah.
I would definitely say I'd definitely say check this out. I think it's a solid film. It's a really interesting take on a really interesting character.
Yeah.
Also, why don't you give your matinee?
Actually, I'm going to echo what you said. I'm going to go full price on this one.
Wow.
I thought when I saw it, I tried to stay off the grid with this film. I didn't want to read any spoilers or anything about the film. I wanted to go in as blind as I possibly could. Fortunately enough, I really did. I didn't even watch any of the outtakes. They had stuff on YouTube. I stayed away from all of it.
Oh, I would love to see the outtakes of this film.
But to me, it was one of those things where I thought Joaquin Phoenix really does transcend the role of the Joker. He really does amp it up a notch to be compared with Heath Ledger's performance. I think so. It's very unnerving. It's very unsettling. Dark, gritty film that Todd Phillips puts together. It's surprising the way Phillips shoots this movie beautifully. I think that Joaquin's performance in this film is probably one of the best of the year by far. You really see the stretch and the character growth, and you really see what really drives him over the edge gradually as the Band-Aid slowly ripping off. You can see this character becoming, unhinged right before your eyes. And I think it's chilling. There's a lot of scenes in this film that really stick with you. There's a couple scenes that really just like stick with you when you leave that film. You're like, damn, he was really great in this film. And I think I would not be surprised. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he should absolutely be in talk for an Academy Award nomination for this film. I think he's really good in this film. I mean, if we're going to nominate, we're trying to get into the comic book, where Heath Ledger's performance as a Joker, I think kind of broke a little bit of boundaries with that. Though we thought Logan should have been nominated for Best Picture and a couple acting nominations. It wasn't.
No, definitely.
But Black Panther kind of helped out a little bit last year, being nominated. So we'll see what happens. I enjoyed this film. I thought this movie really is. Don't read all these, reviews and get all these ideas of grandeur in your head. You know what I mean? To me, it's like I read them, I took them, I'm like, all right, he's going to be really good in this film. Let's just see how he goes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was pleasantly surprised by it. So I think if I grounded myself with expectations, I was pleasantly surprised with this film.
Yeah, I will say, just go in wiping your mind of all the conversation. Because I think the conversation about this movie has been blown way out of proportion.
Yeah, even with the things with like such things as them closing theaters down because of the, apparent threats of shootings and stuff like that. I think that's adding more of the tornado in this social media field too. I think. I
also think people overstate the disturbingness of this film. I hear people say this is the most disturbing movie I've ever seen this year. I need to shower pretty good. I didn't see that. I didn't see that quote, but someone said that shit.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm just like, it ain't that disturbing. I've seen a lot of violent film this year. I've seen way more disturbing film this year. I sat through all 2.5 hours of Midsommar, and that movie, I can name 15 the 20 scenes from that movie more disturbing than anything I saw in Joker.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, again, it's one of those things where they're really wanting to get your asses in the seats because of these, these comments and these, reviews about the film. I mean, to me, like even comparing again, Taxi Driver, I thought Taxi Driver was a little bit more unnerving. You know what I mean? You have to, is it one of the most unnerving films ever? No, but definitely of recent times. But it's not it's not the most, oh my God, disturbing film ever made. You know what I mean?
no, I think that, again, both my proportions. So,
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us on this review. Russell, anything you want to plug?
Yeah, we're back. Notorious by Chance podcast. We're back. Go ahead and subscribe to that on Facebook. Join our group. We just put a poll up, which is pretty much over anyway. It's a landslide on that one.
Yeah, it is a landslide on that.
We've never had like that kind of like big run there with.
They're never that lopsided.
It was super lopsided. I'm like, well, I know what we're reviewing. But yeah, go ahead and join the Facebook group. We're back at it. Halloween month's coming up. We're in Halloween month, so we're reviewing all scary movies. Looking forward to that. So join the Facebook group. Join and also subscribe, like, comment on the new feed that we put up on there, because our 40 episodes are going to be in the old feed.
We'll call that the classic. We'll call it the Notorious by Chance classic.
Yeah, those are the classic episodes. Yes. Which hopefully this is the first. This is the second and last. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
And I will put a link to the new feed down below. Like, share, subscribe on this YouTube channel, and yeah, follow me Twitter, Instagram, Chance Wars _91. Check out the Schmodown if you're in Orlando. Come see me. Come say what's up. And yeah, we will see you next time.